What is up, homies? How are we doing today? I hope everybody had a great weekend. Sorry, I meant to get on here yesterday. Sinus has been under attack, which means my jaw's been bothering me. And honestly, when I'm like that, I just need to rest and hide on my couch for a while. So today we're gonna do Isaiah 5, and it's pretty. It's a lot. So. Now I will sing to my well-beloved a song of my beloved touching his vineyard. My well-beloved hath a vineyard in a very fruitful hill. And he fenced it, and gathered out the stones thereof, and planted it with a choice vine, and built a tower in the midst of it, and also made a winepress therein. And he looked that it should bring forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes. And now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem and men of Judah, judge, I pray you, betwixt me and my vineyard. What could I have done more in my vineyard? What have I done in it? Wherefore, when I looked that it should bring forth grapes, brought it forth wild grapes. And now go to, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I will take away the hedge thereof, and it shall be eaten up, and break down the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down. And I will lay it to waste, it shall not be pruned nor digged, but there shall come up briars and thorns, and I will also command the clouds that they rain no rain upon it. For the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant plant. And he looked for judgment, but behold, oppression; for righteousness, but behold, a cry. Woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field, to there be no place, that they may placed alone in the midst of the earth. In my ears said the Lord of hosts, of a truth many houses shall be destroyed, even great and far, with inhabitant. Yes, 10 acres of vineyard shall yield one bath, and one seed of Homer shall yield an ephah. Uh, Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink, that they continue until night, till wine inflame them. And the harp and the viol and their trebret and pipe and wine are in their feasts, but they regard not the work of the Lord, neither consider the operation of his hands. Therefore my people are gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. Therefore hell hath enlarged herself, and opened her mouth without measure, and their glory, and their multitude, and their pomp, and their rejoice shall descend into it. And the mean men shall be brought down, and the mighty man shall be humbled, and the eyes of the lofty shall be humbled. But the Lord of hosts shall be exalted in judgment, and God that is holy shall be sanctified in righteousness. And it goes on more. Basically of like more bad things that will happen. But let's go back to the beginning and just kind of clear that up, because I had to. It was a lot. And so basically the gist of it is God created the earth, right? And he did all this work. He, in the vineyard is the earth. He created this fence, he gathered it out, he made it beautiful, this area. He even put a press in there. He was like, look, man, I make this beautiful place. And then he grew us all. Like, we're the vineyard, we're the wine, we're the grapes, right? He grew all these beautiful, special grapes. And then we all became wild grapes, thinking we were better than God. We forgot to thank him. We forgot to be, follow in his steps. He So then he says, all right, well, then I'm going to take all that away, that everything that I built to protect you, that hedge, the walls, and let you destroy yourselves, basically. Let you, you're so great, you know better than me. Go for it. See what happens. And basically, then he talks about how we basically let hell in, we let it devour us. Even though we know, we still have that voice in the side of our heads, that self-doubt, that negativity, that horribleness. We allow it to continue to talk to us and degrade us and do bad with us. And later on, he still says how he still has his hand out for us. Here, therefore, in the anger of the Lord, kindle against his people, and he hath stretched forth his hand against them, and hath smitten them, and the hills did tremble, and their carcasses were torn in the midst of the streets. For all his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. So yes, he is allowing it to happen because he gave us free will. He gave us choice. He's not the one keeping us under slavery of thinking we still, like, God, I still got to work the grind. I still have to, if I want to do better, I got to be more vain. I got to buy more stuff. No, he's still out here like, just give me your, like, I have my hand stretched out. Just turn to me. Praise me. Follow me. Be with me. And I will be there for you. And I will protect you. And I will love you. And I will care about you. And I will get you through these hard times. I will, I talked about before about how his people will hear his voice. And I think God actually gave me a better, clear understanding of that yesterday. It's not so much like in the end of times, like even God will hear his voice. It's any time. If you're following him and you're listening, you'll hear him. And he'll talk to you in the things that he does and the gifts that he gives you and the light in your life. He'll be there and you can hear him and you can, you'll see him. And you'll see signs. Actually, my daughter said something. My middle daughter said something today on the way to school, and she said something about traffic or something, and she was like, "Wouldn't it be funny if there was like a sign that said like sign ahead, traffic?" And I said, like in Bruce Almighty, where he's like, "Send me a sign," and there's signs everywhere he looks, but he just doesn't look. And I even had that when I asked for my purpose. I was talking about with friends this weekend, and I said he kept sending me these signs, and I said, "Are you sure?" Like, because we question it because we live so long with that self-doubt and that horrendousness that it's like at this point you can't do that anymore. Once you ask for it and once you truly believe in him, you'll just start seeing it and you're hearing it and you're feeling it. And it's just amazing. And I know when you're not in it, it sounds so like, I don't know, like everybody's so righteous that talks about God. And if you're not in it, I can see how you see it that way. But once you're in it, you're like, no, man, this is like in school when you found a great album and you were like, you guys got to listen to this. It's amazing. Or you watched a great movie and you're like, you guys got to watch this movie. It's amazing. It's like Game of Thrones. When Game of Thrones was big, everybody was like, you got to watch Game of Thrones. That people were like, I'm not even watching it just because you like it at this point. Okay. And you're still going to have that with people, like, I don't care how wonderful your life is and how great everything is going for you. I'm still not going to be part of it. And they're going to want to live in that self-pity and that, their own righteousnesses. And that's what he talks about in this chapter, their own righteousness or in the evil righteousness. And all we can do is continue to be there for them, have our hands stretched out, just like the Lord. And, and Jesus says that later on in the books. And he says, put my Father ahead and then be kind. And that's, I really am trying to live by that, because that is, it's working out for me, and I want everybody else to know. I want, like I say all the time, how special and unique we are. We're these grapes, these wonderful, precious grapes that could have, overflowed everybody's cups. We would overflow everybody's cups if we all knew that, and we were all kind to each other. We'll overflow each other's cups with kindness and love and giving, and God will give us whatever we need, and he'll overflow that, and when we get to heaven, we'll be in, we'll get our reward then, and we'll, you'll be with everybody you love, and you live in giant mansions with them, and you have everything you need. Or you can choose earth, and you can choose yourself. Hold on a second. Boys, get out of there! Sorry. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. My dogs have chosen their own way, and they just want to escape the yard and get the squirrels that get out. The squirrels don't really come in our yard anymore, so now they want to get them from outside, so they keep trying to sneak away. Sorry guys, I had to pause it again because this guy, all of a sudden I couldn't see him behind my fence, and or behind my shed. They were both there, and then all of a sudden I walked over there real quick, and he is butt up under the fence trying to wither his way through. I had to pull him out. Naughty. He is a wild grape. But here I am, still loving him. He just needs more guidance. He needs me to watch him. He needs me to be here for him. And as soon as I went over there, he squeezed right back in and chose me. He didn't choose to go do his own thing anymore. So there, that's what I got today. Oh, I love you guys so much, and I hope everybody is going to have a great week. Remember, you are perfect, you are wonderful, you are great. God picked, you are his grape. You are his perfect grape that is going to overflow your cup and everybody else's cup. Don't be a wild grape. They're sour, they don't taste good, can't use them for anything. All right? I love you guys.